Okay, Ashley, I've got your work up here, and we've got the work open right here, and we're really super underdeveloped here. I'm wondering if this is an incorrect file that you have submitted, because this is all I have. I just have this one page. That's it, just the cover and this one page. I do agree with a lot of the comments from your peers, specifically Lacey and Marcus, about this typeface. It's really a problem. It's very difficult to read. I highly recommend not using this typeface, something that's a little bit more legible and readable. Okay, so what do we have? Let me see. If I jump over to the announcement and you can see what is due. Now this is welcome to week 2 announcement. You can see right down here, due this week. We have personas for the user group, scenarios for the user group, storyboards showing the concentration and problem and how the mobile app. So storyboards based on the scenarios, wireframes in sketches, paper prototype sketches, photographs of your paper prototypes, and yeah, and that's that. And all I have here is just one page that says the problem. So what it's good to start the presentation with the problem, but right now you're mixing the problem with the competition. Okay, so remember to keep things separate. What you want to do is establish the problem first. Start your presentation by saying, okay, this is an existing problem, and then describing how your app is going to solve the inherent problem. Okay, at that point you can start your presentation. So we start with the problem. Let me show you. Okay. So basically, what I would do is this. Okay, this is what's due during week 2, the end of week 2. So ideation of the problem. So you establish the problem, define the problem, describe how your app rectifies the problem. Okay, then you get into your target audience, the 3 main functions of the app, and your competitors, including pros and cons. Establish your scenarios and personas, wireframe sketches of all screens, storyboards of the scenario, and paper prototypes. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to show you a file that I just closed. And this is Ashley's file right here. This is Ashley's file, and I'm going to open this because she's done such a wonderful job. I kind of want to use it as an example. Okay, so this is what should be due during week 2. Let me just reduce the size of this so we can see it a little better. Okay, so we have here's the cover. Okay, then here's kind of a contents page. Then we have the problem statement, defining the problem. Then we have all of the research associated. Then we have the target audience, a very detailed description of the target audience, the 3 main app functions described in detail, the competition described in detail, including pros and cons of each of the competition. Then we have our personas. Okay, we have our scenarios based on the personas, and then we have the storyboards based on the scenario. Okay, then we have wireframes of all of the screens, and then we have the photographs of the paper prototypes. Okay, so I recommend that you go ahead and, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm having a feeling this is not the correct file to submit it, because the only thing we have here is the problem. So be sure to study that. You can download Ashley's, and also if you jump over to are you looking at the videos and the announcements for each week? So welcome to week 2 shows everything that's due, including some videos and personas, all sorts of resources in here, including videos and introductory videos, tutorial videos, etc. So be sure to review those every week. And I want to draw your attention to this. I'm over here and I'm in the week 1 Project 1 User-Centered Design Process Begin. At the very bottom of that, there's this example, Treehouse. This is a fantastic presentation. I think you should shoot for this type of presentation. I want you to note the detail of everything that's done here, from really basically all the way to the top, where we have the abstract, which defines the problem, statement of interest, which introduces the app, influences, which is an interesting addition. Then we have this project proposal. What is the app? Why use the app? And how does it work? It's very important. Then we have the functions and features of the app. We have the mind map. Then we go into research. Note the research. We have competitive analysis. So you want to show the competition. Right here, you're showing the competition. That's fantastic. Right over here, it's a really detailed description, including pros and cons of functionality and features, visual design, and usability. Not only does this designer show one, but shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comparative analysis for comparative analysis for 5 different competing apps. Okay, then we get into the target audience. Note there are 3 very, very detailed paragraphs on the target audience. And then finally we get into user experience. Here's a persona. These are personas. These are based on the target audience. Okay, so the persona is just describing each individual user to a very high degree. And again, if you go to the announcements, we've got these wonderful assets here. There's a video here on creating personas too. So this is really great stuff here. So, and then just really use this treehouse for your kind of a basis to give you inspiration for your work and really to get a good visual idea of how a lot of these things are established. Here's wireframes. Okay, and so on and so forth. So again, we're right now we're extremely underdeveloped, and Ashley, I'm almost a little bit concerned because we have to start user testing this week during week 3. User testing is going to take a little bit of time, so all of this preliminary work should be in place and ready to go, so you can start your user testing phase. Now, in the user testing phase, you're going to add all of that to your process book. Now, I'd like to see you use your paper prototypes in your user testing stage. I'd like to see you photograph those and include those. You can even include, if you're using InDesign to create your process book, and exporting it to PDF. What you can do is you can add a video right there. You can get somebody to hold your phone while they're videoing you delivering your user testing to the user test subjects. And that would be a great addition to the process book. But again, they're really, really underdeveloped here. So I'm a little bit concerned about where we're at right now. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know and I'll be glad to clarify. Okay, thank you very much.